Niger Delta Economic and Investment Summit 2024. This is welcoming all strategic stakeholders from Niger Delta, Nigeria, and the world to this auspicious unveiling of the vast economic potentials of the most economically viable region in Nigeria. We, therefore, wish to state that it's not an accident that you all are gathered here to witness the beginning of a new economic renaissance sprouting out of the various governments that make up the Niger Delta region. We require you take note of every detail concerning all spheres of the region's economic potentials to be unleashed here for business stakeholders in agriculture, oil and gas, renewable energy, health, real estate, manufacturing, tourism, aviation, education, and the blue economy, which is a new frontier mirroring the 8-point agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Niger Delta is a large area with extensive littoral environment, rich in mineral resources of oil and gas, with flat arable land mass, fit for massive agriculture and manufacturing activities. The Niger Delta land mass extends from the Atlantic Ocean with several beaches and mangroves to the hinterland, formed majorly by sediments from the river Niger, where it derived its name. The area has a dimension of 70,000 square kilometers and constitutes 7.5% of Nigeria's land mass. This is the kind of environment suitable for all kinds of investment. It's among the world's 3 ranking deltas in terms of resourcefulness and productivity, the others being the Mississippi in the US and Nile Delta in Egypt. This region in the last 55 years has been the mainstay of the Nigerian state, contributing 90% to the country's GDP. Blessed with rich natural resources, but its people are languishing in abject poverty and utter neglect. This summit is aimed at changing that narrative. It is therefore aimed at creating a suiting panacea by promoting a sustainable economic development and investment growth to secure a vibrant future. The region prides itself of great tourism opportunities, from the white sand beaches of Oyorokoto, Abonima, Boni in Rivers State to Ibuno, Eket in Akwa Ibom State, and the beautiful mangrove environment lining the entire Atlantic coast to the inland waterways and creeks in Ondo, Edo, Delta, Cross River states, including the beautiful inland rivers and landmass of Imo and Abia states. World-class tourism business is just at your beck and call. The region, with its blue economy potential, is an endless environment suitable for modern tourism and other business investment waiting to be tapped. Oil and gas creates a new investment opportunity for investors in the upstream, midstream, and downstream sectors of the nation's petroleum industry. In line with the federal government's PIA Act of 2021, companies with the requisite certification can establish modular refineries in partnership with the various state governments of the region to mitigate problems of petroleum product supply and create wealth for the companies and the communities. Also, with the diversification of oil majors moving away from onshore to offshore prospecting and exploiting, the space is now open for indigenous and other foreign players on the onshore oil platforms. It is a huge investment for all investors, as most indigenous communities are willing to cooperate with genuine investors to translate the PIA Act into a reality. In the last few months, some communities have even strategized themselves, enabled by the provisions of the PIA Act, to go into partnership which guarantees personal and equipment safety. One of the most untapped economic area replete with massive economic benefits is agriculture. The terrain and soil texture is suitable for various crops, from the tip of the Atlantic shores in Brass, Akassa in Bayelsa State, to the fringes of Edo, Delta, Ondo, Abia, and Imo states. It's a rendezvous of arable sedimentary terrain suitable for cultivation of rice, potatoes, sugarcane, plantain, cucumbers, water yams, cocoyams, and more, One of the most outstanding agricultural produce in the region is rice. If given the right attention it deserves, rice alone will increase the region's yearly earnings. Palm produce, which has over 100 products from the roots to the palm fruits, needs serious attention, as the current produce from cultivation of that crop in this region is grossly inadequate. An investment on farm produce will provide a huge economic prospect for investors and the local. In that regard, the issues of corporate social responsibility, CSR, is taken care of. Investors only need to make a proper choice in line with their expertise. Some Niger Delta sons and daughters are very resourceful in various areas of the Nigerian economy, from banking, real estate, science and technology, renewable energy, education, manufacturing, sports, fashion, arts and creative economy. In line with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, there's a deliberate move to encourage and develop youths with relevant skills and expertise, including other category of Niger Deltans who are ready to contribute to the sustainability of the region. The Niger Delta Economic and Investment Group sets to empower 450 indigenous SMEs and entrepreneurs after this summit. This empowerment is the high point to create a future for the teeming population starting from today, as a precursor to the full practical investment agreements and deals. At the end of the Niger Delta Economic and Investment Summit 2024, we would like all stakeholders to know that business platforms hereafter on selected social media platforms will be created to be hosted by digital tech experts to be appointed from the summit. It will be open for strategic partnerships and will inject the culture of global investment best practices available around the world for the future of our generation. In all of these, we strategically place security at the tail end of all important gatherings. But we know without doubt that all of you here in the hall, seated, will attest to the fact that security in the Niger Delta region is now permanently stable. The cooperation of the various communities and state actors has completely erased fear of insecurity in the last 1 decade, which is why efforts are in top gear to quickly finish rehabilitation work on the Onne Seaport, gas injection plants with others for optimum performance. Dear investors, don't be left out of this innovation. Therefore, we urge you to take advantage of this tranquility and invest on the available economic potentials of this region and create new ones with expected ingenuity in research and development. Though we are faced with challenges in terms of ecological issues due to years of oil exploration, they are not insurmountable. With the right state of mind and technology, we can overcome to mitigate the problems of oil pollution. Together, and following the blueprints of this investment and economic summit, we will build an industrialized Niger Delta for today and the future. Invest in Niger Delta, the heartbeat of Nigeria. Introducing Niger Delta International Festival and Trade Expo 2024. Theme: Advancing International Tourism and Promoting Niger Delta's Historic Culture and Artistic Diversity. The Niger Delta International Festival and Trade Expo is a project that portrays the diverse cultural heritage of the Niger Delta states and re-establishes viable trade and investment opportunities within the multicultural communities. This time, the facilitators of this all-important international festival and trade expo wish to achieve a sustainable and dependable pathway of solving society and social problems through the region's different age strata by engaging everyone in a positive approach enabled by the private sector, powered by the various governments in the Niger Delta. Highlights consist of cultural expos in the arts, food, music, dance and trade with all the participating states of the region. This means bringing global attention to the trade and investment opportunities of the region. Niger Delta's resilience and persistence is seen in the creatives, artisans that come from all the nooks and crannies of the Niger Delta. These traits are usually common in modern-day contemporary society. exhibited mostly by the teeming youths, commonly referred to as the Gen Zs. The people from rural to the urban areas of this region, in the midst of apparent difficulties of occupation, oil pollution, and a plethora of ecological problems, still maintains their arts, cuisines, dance and trade, and their heads still above waters. All these will be showcased in the splendor to the entire world. This festival is primarily focused on promoting and providing a platform that will unite and amplify the rich cultural heritage of the Niger Delta communities, as well as promote the socio-economic positioning of the region, using the Niger Delta International Festival and Trade Expo as an advancement engine. Corporate brands and entrepreneurs who are the needed drive for a vibrant and future economy are highly encouraged to take advantage of this socio-cultural, socio-economic exposition to marry culture, arts, and trade to benefit from the region's vibrant economy, made possible by internal and external investors. Some of the expected interpretations of local government administrations in the days ahead will reignite a cumulative impact on the IGR of the various local government councils, which will boost grassroots agriculture and community development efforts in the region. In a bid to support the implementation of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, cultural exchange, cross-boundary, commerce, and sports engagement will be put together to form part of our strategy for sustainability in the region. The key features, which include entertainment, culture, commerce, trade fair, indigenous foods, agricultural produce exhibition, traditional wrestling, beauty pageant, cultural parade, carnival parade, live concerts, talent hunt, Project 77, charity medical outreach, which is aimed at free medicals to 7 selected communities from the Niger Delta region for 7 weeks. And much more of this will redirect the energies of the people to positive engagement. We are therefore prepared for this new beginning to bring the corporate world to meet community trade, arts, culture, and commerce. Niger Delta International Festival and Trade Expo, celebrating cultural diversity at its peak.